Do you like art?
Um, yeah, I like art. Well, there's so many categories in art, so I don't know what kind of art you're referring to. But generally speaking, I like drawing things and making stuff. So, yeah, I would say I like art.
Do you think art classes are necessary? Why?
Yeah, I think it is essential because art classes have a lot of positive impacts on children. For example, it helps children to improve their creativity and imagination, which is crucial factors they need to develop when growing up.
How do you think art classes affect children's development?
As I said, our classes help children establish a lot of important abilities like, creativity and imagination. But also, in the long term, it definitely helps them to develop their academic abilities because children can learn the problem solving and communication skills through the art classes.
Are you good at art?
Am I good at art? Well, I'm not bad at art, I guess. Well, I like drawing and making crafty things. So when I was in school, I enjoyed art classes and got pretty decent marks.
What kind of paintings do people like?
People like various kinds of paintings depending on their taste, but nowadays, I think some pop art is in trend. Yeah, people consider it very hip and cool.
What benefits can you get from painting as a hobby?
From my experience, painting is such a good activity to calm myself down and to get rid of stress. While I'm painting, I only focus on the piece I'm working on, which means I don't get to think of all the stressful stuff from the reality. Yeah, so it definitely helps me to relieve my stress.
How often do you visit art galleries?
Well, not very often. Well, almost like once a year. Well, to be honest, I'm not quite interested in going to the art galleries and, appreciating all the paintings and all. Um, I guess it's because I know nothing about paintings. So I only visit art galleries when someone asks me to go along with.
Describe a piece of art you like. You should say what the work of art is, when you first saw it, what you know about it, and explain why you like it.
Okay, let me tell you about my favorite piece of art, which is actually a painting I got from my mom. A few years ago, she decided to take art classes because one of her friends was already taking it and recommended it to my mom. So there, she learned how to paint with watercolors, and she painted from a picture of me swimming with my dad during the vacation, which was taken when I was like 10 or 11 years old. Yeah, and it was her first project, and she did such a great job. I mean, the painting looked amazing. I loved every single thing about the painting. I mean, I love the colors she used, and the facial expressions are so vivid and real. And most importantly, it reminds me of that unforgettable family trip we had. So, yeah, the painting is now in my room, hung on the wall above my bed. So, yeah, I guess that's it.
Describe the general purpose of art. And say why do people enjoy art?
Well, that's a tough question to answer. Well, but I guess the general purpose of art is to make our lives more meaningful, richer, and more entertaining. It is true that art is not the necessary element to survive, so some might think art is useless and not important, but it is something that gets people think deeper and feel a lot of emotions. That's why many people set aside time to go to galleries appreciating art pieces.
Do you think that art is as important as academic subjects when it comes to educating children?
Oh, yes. Art classes help children to improve a lot of essential abilities that they need to establish when they grow up, like creativity and imagination and so on. Plus, our classes offer different experience that other academic subjects don't. For example, children can express their feelings and thoughts through the artworks, and they sometimes have to observe something very closely to draw. These kind of activities would help them to improve various skills and abilities.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of art education?
I think I said enough about the advantages of the art education. It helps them to develop a lot of essential abilities. But disadvantages, well, there could be some, but I can't think of any, to be honest. Well, I guess if there are some children who are not talented at art at all and they're not interested in art, then he or she would be so frustrated and discouraged during the art class. So I guess this could be one disadvantage. Well, I don't know.
Why do you think some people enjoy looking at paintings and sculptures and others do not?
Well, as I said earlier, people enjoy art in many aspects. Like they like to interpret the meaning behind the art, or sometimes people just get impressed by the fascinating beauty of the artwork. However, others do not enjoy looking at paintings. It's because they simply are not interested in art, or they don't know anything about it, so have no idea how to appreciate paintings.